if you've been without the stretching for the past 12 months and you still didn't come up with something, then something's wrong for sure. Good morning traders, welcome back to Taipei. I'm running late a little bit, still like exporting the video right here and trying to pack up everything to go to the train station. Heading to Taichung today, a little bit far from here, not that much, only a train ride, but let's get started with that day. And now the workout of the day with 6 floors of stairs and a suitcase. Made it happen, now to the train station.
Will you take part in my life, my love? That is my dream. I is what I dream. It's what you make it.
And I'm gonna to the train station. Now you gotta improvise yourself a small table to eat your sushi, but that's part of the travel lifestyle. Today I want to talk about the top trading success killer. Let me enjoy the sushi and we'll talk about that after.
Always try to give, don't ever take it. Life is but a dream, it's what you make it. Always try to give, don't ever take it.
Okay, so I made it on the right platform. It's a little bit noisy here because there's some voice, some announcement like every 30 seconds. But let me try to get to the first trading success killer. I've seen this many times and it's been repeated to me many times in the podcast. That is to have unrealistic expectation of what is possible. And I still see this like every day on YouTube. People who comment on videos, they think that they can make a living with $1,000, and that's just not possible. Even if you were to be a pro trader, even if you were to manage your risk, there's going to come a time where there's a drawdown, and you'll see at the drawdown who's able to trade for the long term and who's not able to do it based on how they survive. And the one who will blow up his account at the first drawdown won't be able to succeed, and that's simple. So if you cannot handle the drawdown, that's something you want to work on first, and understand that if you cannot do this, like I've been through many drawdowns myself, I always handle the drawdown the same way, but I know for sure and I'm 100% confident that I can handle any drawdown I go to because I've been there and I know I won't blow up my account for sure. And that's really important. Now I'm gonna wait for the train, let me catch the train, and we'll wait till Taichung for the next trading success killer. And with that, welcome to Taichung. I've just loaded my Google map with the location of the hotel I'm going to be staying at. It's time to find it. It's not far from here, so let's go by a walk. Okay, I've been walking 15 minutes in the direction I was supposed to go to with my suitcase to realize that there was some construction here and that the road was kind of closed, so I had to go back to the station. And this is in line with trading success killer number 2, which is not looking for a solution when you have a problem. And a lot of people that I talk to, they're not looking for a solution. They have a problem with either their objective or their goals that they're not reaching, and they don't know why. And they stay there, they say, well, I cannot achieve it. I've had a problem with this, I cannot find a solution. And they stay there. While if they really want to succeed and really wanted to move forward, they would be straight away, as soon as they have a problem, be thinking of solution and taking out a sheet of paper, trying to write some things on how they can move forward and achieve their goals. If you're not searching for a solution, you have a big problem because a lot of people are going to search for a solution right away and they're going to be ahead of you really fast. One thing I got to realize is that most things are quite easy to solve if you're willing to ask for a solution and willing to brainstorm on how you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. The streets look really chaotic here. Check this out. It's just only because I'm not used to it, so I have to figure it out. There we go, found it. And back outside a couple of hours later, it's time to explore a little bit. I've been replying to some emails and doing a little bit of work. I didn't plan to do a lot of work coming here. Like usually when I travel, I don't do work after. It's kind of hard. I've been replying to some email and stuff, And speaking on that, here's the third trading success killer, and that is to spend your time on the wrong activities. And we said it a couple of times, like if I were, for example, to just reply to email, my business would probably fail. If I were to just read trading books, I would probably be a very bad trader. I would not be able to improve, and I would not be able to find ways to trade right. So if you spend your time on the wrong things long enough, you eventually fail, and that's pretty simple. The best way to see it, I think, is to see it like a business. So what would a business spend its time on? Or what would they tell the employee to work on if they want to succeed? The truth is, yes, there's some research needed for sure. If you want to be able to succeed, you need to read about strategies, but you cannot spend all your time doing this. Execution, developing things, testing stuff, researching for yourself, looking at the chart, that's all needed for sure. And if you want to know how well you spent your time trading wise in the past, look at your past 6 to 12 month results. Did you improve? Did you come up with something new? Did you implement a strategy? And that's pretty much going to tell you what you did well and not well, and if you need to change things. If you've been without a strategy for the past 12 months and you still didn't come up with something, then something's wrong for sure. But if you finally for the first time seen profitable month, it's probably a sign you're doing something right. And even though not everything might be right, there's still a lot that you can improve on, and that's really good. So a little bit comes down to taking action and then getting feedback and acting based on that feedback. Now take a look at what's around here. It's pretty cool. Check this out, I was walking here, crossing the street, expecting like this to be kind of a highway below. But look at that, it's like a nice river. That's amazing. So windy and cold outside. I'm gonna head back inside for the fourth trading success killer. Okay, now I'm back in the room and I'm watching AUDJPY right now versus a potential trade setup on the 1 hour chart. I think I might have to wait. This is closing in 17 minutes. Let me just show you guys, it's gonna be more simple. So this chart closing in 17 minutes and then we'll have to wait for the next candle. That's a pretty cool area, 82, the 82 level. We didn't have any other trade setup when price hit like the zone the first time, so could be a good place right now, we'll see, but I have to wait like at least an hour, so I'll have to do some work in the meantime. But let's keep this going with trading success killer number 4, and that is to try to copy other people. And I don't think there's anything wrong with taking whatever people trade and looking online on blogs and what people do and using that a little bit is totally fine. But you need to draw a line between doing that and just copying other people, seeing that someone's profitable with this strategy, like Bonjour Band, whatever, and you copy that thing. You try to trade it yourself. First of all, there's no such thing as the high level of confidence and understanding and kind of peace of mind that you have when you create your own thing and you do your own backtesting and your own stats. And I think you need that mindset to succeed in trading. You need to like really feel like you have a grasp on the methodology you trade. And that can, I think, only be achieved when you create your own strategy, or like at least you take parts from different people, different blogs or whatever, different indicators, different tools, but you customize everything and you look at what would you need to be comfortable trading that and what would you need to make it a good strategy for you. And you go with trial and error, like you either backtest a little bit or you trade a little bit in demo, and you see, well, okay, so this doesn't work as good as I expected. What can I do to make this better? And then you add some more thing or you withdraw something, whatever you need to do. And even when you go to trade live, you can still tweak things over time. And there are still things like that I tweak myself constantly because I see I would feel better, or I would prefer, I would maybe take more trades set up if I didn't do this or if I did that differently. And that's where, like, I know I'm kind of the master of my own approach and I don't have to rely on anybody to tell me what to do, what to look for, what to analyze, and that's just a great mindset to be in. Now I'm gonna do some work and I'll catch you guys right after. 7 p.m. and we're back outside after this small break of work, and I want to share with you guys the 5th and last trading success killer. I was looking for a fancy name for it, but I think I will just call it playing the one and done game, which means thinking that you can find a strategy or an edge today and expecting to work for the next 20 or 40 years. And at first in my trading journey, I thought that the goal of all this trading was to find the edge working, and that once that would have been done, I would have been successful for the rest of my life. And I quickly understood when I started talking with other traders that this wouldn't really happen, and that if you really want to succeed, you would have to go through different phases of the market and different adaptation. Being able to adapt is huge, and this is also where you see who has an abundance mindset with the market and who thinks that the market is like limited, that you have to crack the code. And that's a big difference. If you think you have to crack the code, it's going to take a long time for you to find the perfect strategy, and you might even not finding it ever. Because every time you have a drawdown, you will feel bad and you will try to find something new. Now instead, I think you better see the market as this kind of system where there's countless ways of making money, and you just have to find one. You don't need to find all of them, but only one. And once you have one, you're good to go. But just be aware that you might have to work on it later on, and you might have to tweak things to make it profitable long term. Well, after a quick look, there's not much around, so I think I'll have to do more exploring tomorrow, see what's around here a little bit further. Hope you got some value with these 5 trading success killers, and that's going to be useful. Comment below if you have any other Forex trading success killer. Subscribe if it's not done yet, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Ciao.